All right. We got through that. Oh, shoot. Do we want to talk about Sonoran Desert Institute? This is a very interesting one.
You should just pull
Oh,
up that link that I sent you and just
yeah,
scroll through it and
I have it
say
up. Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
else.
We need to talk about the general idea of this. So, Sonoran Desert Institute is a 99% online gunsmith focused college, let's say.
They're
Now,
actually accredited,
they are
like by
accredited.
a
Yeah.
respectable accreditation system.
The thing that I just said though is kind of a contradiction in terms. A mostly online gunsmithing program. Because like for me, like you can look up just about anything when it comes to gunsmithing on a variety of products. You can look up spec sheets, armorers manuals, all sorts of interesting stuff, and take classes in person or even online from like a person who is knowledgeable in this sort of thing, and spend far less money. Now, SDI has tried to branch out a little bit. What you're seeing here on screen is their drone program, which is something that they've added. But the reviews on the back end for a lot of money, like Nick says, Nick is an actual machinist. He says SDI grads won't know how to operate a lathe. And it's really difficult to learn how to operate real machinery online. Uh, Nearly impossible, I would say. Uh, it it's a very strange service that has benefited a few people, but by and large, the reviews are very, very negative, which is why I think that this is a good topic to talk about more because this is a product that is currently being pushed by a lot of the big channels. A lot of the big channels. You got Garand Thumb, of course, in every single video. You got Honest Outlaw. You got who else does it? I'm sure there's a bunch more that do it, but a lot of the big users, big YouTubers, push Sonoran Desert Institute. When we look at the back end and see their actual reviews, you can see that only 33% of students said this degree improved their career prospects. Now, imagine spending somewhere between, again, this is going to vary on who you are, your GI Bill, if you have a GI Bill, or if you're just an average person trying to get accredited or trying to get an education in this field that you're interested in. It's going to be 33%. Only a third of students said that this degree improved their career prospects. And if we go down to the next block, the 46% of students said they would recommend this school to others, which if 46%, that is less than half. So less than half of people, whether they paid for it or not, would actually recommend this to someone else. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, and we'll do some posts about it, I have a few people lined up already who have graduated the program, spent their own money on it, and they're willing to come on and talk about it live or send in written statements about their experiences with SDI. So we can go over this in a lot more detail. But the reason why this is more important right now than some of the others that have already either destroyed their own reputation or no longer exist is because this is a product that is currently being pushed by a lot of YouTubers. And it's not a scam because they do technically provide you with an education. It's just that it's not going to be very beneficial to everybody who takes this. There's a Brandon Herrera is another one. Hickok is another one. I actually don't watch Hickok anymore. His not that his videos are bad. It's just his content is his content. It's just not my thing. Mister, this is another theory that I have heard quite often is that SDI is a scam to siphon GI Bills. Basically,
That
you're
is what
interested
I've
in
heard as well.
yeah. Basically, you're interested in guns, and you're like, hey, I have a GI Bill. I'm going to give 15 to 20K to SDI.
17K, 25K, depending.
Brown Cornelia says literally damn near all of them shill SDI. Cyberrat says those aren't good percentages. Yes. Deskpop says we took it for 3 months and dropped out. That's why we won't be pushing it. Yeah, and I mean that does happen where you look at a product and they talk it up to you. Like if you've ever had a conversation with somebody willing to offer you money, usually, they're going to hype it up to you. They're going to talk it up to you, make it sound great. You take it because you think that this is a moral exchange of, you're exposing your audience to this product that you think is a good product and could be of value to some of them. But later on down the road, you hear more reviews and you're like, you know what? I'm going to back off of this. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. So then you back out because, again, hopefully your audience is letting you know, hey, I don't think this is actually a good product for your own future and your own brand name. You should probably not be repping this product anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Charles M says SDI is knee deep in YouTube marketing. They do spend a lot of money. Administrative results. Yeah. This is the Devry This is the Devry Institute of the Gun World. I lost my train of thought there. Could not read that whatsoever. Uchilla Tom for 199 says nothing. Now, I'm not sure if you meant to say nothing. Thank you very much for the super chat, sir. But if you actually meant to say something, okay, here's his comment. Thanks Focus for the call and the help on the uppers. Okay, yeah, you are absolutely welcome. I didn't want to send those back to you without letting you know what we were doing with them first. Civilian Tactical says, I chatted with PSA and a couple other manufacturers. They attend SDI alumni parties to find/recruit employees.
Thank you very much for making the next Gun Slaps meme.
Yikes. No, I'm pretty sure they've made a meme about that already, that the SDI to PSA pipeline. So you have online gunsmiths going to work directly at PSA. That is funny. Now, that being said, though, if I was a SDI graduate and I spent all this money on this program, I would love to instantly have a job in the industry, of course, right? Of course. Now, as we showed here in this one student review, we have another, no, that's Ammo Squared. We haven't talked about that one yet. Okay. But yeah, not most of the people, a majority of the people would not say that it has helped them. Now, I missed Nick's super chat from earlier, but he says, I demand 4 hours talking about this tier list. Thank you for the $5, Nick. I am not sure how far I will make it. Yeah, Cyberrat says, not sure if that's good or bad. Yeah, no wonder they have quality control issues. Oof, yeah. Joe Centralo says, I want to spend $20,000 to make $14 an hour working on AKs. That does not sound great. Yeah, Minuteman Medic says for $2, thank you very much, sir, says PSA hiring SDI grads isn't a ringing endorsement. What else do you got on this, Gary, before we move on?
Well, we've got the video coming up about SDI specifically, complete with alumni from SDI. I just wanted to scroll through that review page, see what other students were saying about it.
I mean, if you want, we can actually read some of these if you'd like.
I mean, we literally just need to look at that and then say no more. We'll let other people say it for us.
Well, I'll read it out. So, because you've got to remember, half the people here are not looking at a screen. I'll read out some of these. I'll read out like 3 or 4. So,
and the other half can't read.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, this is a long one. I don't know if okay, well, maybe we'll only read a couple. All right, so this is last year, October of last year, degree gunsmithing from I Smell Freedom. Here we go. I first started looking into SDI as a way to hopefully get some education for an actual degree in the field of gunsmithing and a way to get my foot in the door for expanded college options later down the road. Little did I know that this school teaches nothing. All the coursework to the point I am currently at has been a joke. There is no real flow to any of the material. The discussion posts are irrelevant half the time or harder than the actual coursework for that week. Now, as somebody who graduated from college with a degree in economics, most of the coursework was absolute garbage. And then you would have classwork was good. And then the actual tests and quizzes were all good. Like your weekly assignment posts were like literally just so that the teachers could say they were doing something. So that's not necessarily just to SDI. That is a industry-wide problem for college. He said also half the things you write about or present in a video for a grade are recycled from the previous courses. I cannot tell you how many times I have cleared and field strips my guns for this course. Textbooks? Question mark. They are your reference, nothing more. I have learned more from YouTube than from the instructors and provided material. Ouch. Learning is another thing. I use that word sparingly as I have had the knowledge. I've had the knowledge of 90% of the course as a gun enthusiast and military member. Instructors are inconsistent in their availability and knowledge base. Some only do this part time. Out of the 6 classes I have had, only 2 are actually involved and attempt to provide an actual learning experience. One of my instructors dropped a grade on an assignment because I provided what the instructions said to, at least what I could make out. Everyone in that class received a poor grade because it didn't meet certain requirements that weren't stated in the instruction. And when reaching out to the instructor and how it was odd that all of us almost failed the assignment and submitted a similar layout because the instructions were unclear, he gave me the old just do better next time. Unacceptable. If you need to get hold of an instructor after the course is ended, better have saved their email from the week 1 introduction, otherwise you are out of luck. I have had a final project get a 50% because an instructor didn't see the video link. I posted on the final page. Luckily, I saved the current course I am in as a favorite, so it auto puts me on that course page. If not, I wouldn't even know my grade for 4 weeks after the course ends because you get 0 access to anything with that class at 12:01 a.m. the day your class is over. So it's just not set up very user friendly on the back end, which is not fantastic. The tools you receive are a hair better than Harbor Freight quality. Now, you do get quite a few tools and equipment from this school, but most of them are tools that people have already had in their garage, so storage is a bit of an issue. Some of the stuff is also a one and done, use it for a single video project and never touch it again, nor plan to. The only things I have received that I actually was excited about were the $200 cleaning kit and the hydro dip kit that you get. All in all, a poor excuse for an education. The first few weeks, I suggested this school to friends, but by the end of my second class, I redacted that suggestion. If not for the Army paying for this, I would no longer be a student. And that is something that I have heard quite a bit, is that basically it's a waste of a GI Bill. So. Yeah, Desktop says this is precisely how we felt. We had assembled hundreds of guns and were hoping to learn more technical skills. This felt like a how to put Legos together class. Yeah.
What do we have up next? Is it Ave's next?
Is Ave's next? Yeah, we can go to Ave's, which is these guys. Oh, before we move on, sorry, we gotta go back. We gotta SDI. I'm gonna put it in the kind of scummy category. Because it's also is, I think, probably a bad product. However, if you go into it with no knowledge whatsoever, like you're not an enthusiast, you just go in with no knowledge whatsoever, and for some reason you want to go to SDI, I mean, you are going to learn some stuff. But I would probably put it in the kind of scummy category, below acceptable.